Hey, everybody. Dr. Jenny Sue Flanagan of Just Simple Science here. I don't yet have, obviously, enough page following to be able to broadcast live from my phone. So, I'm kind of having to work off of my desk right now. So, things are going to be a little crazy. Anyway, here is what you need for this activity for bubbles today. You are going to need pipe cleaners and straws. I know you may not have those things lying around your house easily. So just the next time you go to the grocery store or to grab some pipe cleaners if you can, or maybe Amazon them, or better yet, if you're interested and you don't have to, I do have these Smidgen of Science kits available on justsimplescience.com, and I can happily ship them to you if you'd like the materials. But this one is one of my ones a little bit more challenging, and I'm going to just grab some pieces right here just to kind of show you. And when I say it's a little bit more challenging, it's because it's a little bit more fine motor for kiddos. Which is great practice. They need that fine motor skill because it's used so much in handwriting and everything else. So you're going to need to cut. I usually do 3 inches or 4 inches your pipe cleaners into that length, and then you want to cut just a little bit smaller of the piece for the straw. And the reason why I'm doing this is because you can certainly order these kits online, and they're like $7 plus shipping and handling. Why? When we can make these things at home a little bit cheaper. So I just cut the 12 pieces of both things, pipe cleaner and the straws. And then I slip it into the straw just like this. And that way it allows a little bit more rigidity. And then I actually take and create, and I'm going to show you it put all together, but I'll walk you through how to do each piece. You ultimately are trying to build the square bubble piece. And so what you're going to do is you're going to build your 4 pieces first, right? So your bottom frame and your top frame, right? So you've got the 4 pieces that are connected here. And then I just take and connect the other 4 so I get my sides. And again, you're simply going to just twist it all together. So I've actually created like these little handles that I use to hold it. So literally, I'm just going to find the edge, and let me straighten this out just a tad bit. And I'm just going to twist it around. And this is what I mean by the fine motor piece, right? So that I have these handles that I can lift this thing. Now, you can see it's a little flimsy. Again, it's about $1.57, if that. So this isn't, like the high test plastic pieces that are going to get you like a nice square and it's going to be perfectly, it's not going to move, right? Okay, so again, you build your 4 bases. So build your 4 squares, and then you add the sides to it till you get to this piece like this right here. All right, then what you need, now I am fortunate enough that I have this big bucket of water here. I'll see if I can move my camera just a little bit so you can see it. I got this from Party City a couple of years ago, Punch Bowl. And so I'll use this when I'm working with kids at the school and things like that. All right. Lots of water, obviously, because you need this to be completely submerged, and lots of dish soap in it so that you get your bubble solution. If you go over on my Facebook page, you can just go to Facebook at Just Simple Science. You'll see my epic fail video from today. I did a repeat video afterwards to show everybody that it really would work. But yes, I went live today and I had all of this soap suds, half of the water, and it didn't work at all. So of course, in my mind, I'm running through all of these questions like, oh, this has worked before with just this little bit of water. Why didn't it work? So of course, adding more water and more soap because I didn't have as much soap to create a really good bubble solution. So I share that with you, that I'm being completely vulnerable with you because that's what science is all about. Sometimes things happen and it doesn't go the way we thought. And what we should be doing and what we should be teaching our kids is, why didn't that go the way that I thought? It's not wrong, but I need to figure out why didn't it go the way that I thought? And so I ask more questions, I change more things, and then I'm keeping a note of, I'm writing down and I'm going, oh, I changed this. This is what happened. Okay, not there yet. Oh, I changed this. This is what happened. Not there yet. So again, That's what science is, right? We learn the greatest from our failures. So if we can get our kiddos to understand that there's, science is really a search for questions, and, it's a search for answers for questions that we have. All right. So back to this bubbles. All right. So you've got your fancy dancy square bubble maker, our cheap, inexpensive bubble maker, right? And I've worked with the kiddos, and I've gently twisted the ties of the corner, right? So I've put the four corners together. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dip it into my solution. And I'm going to make sure that you guys can see, hopefully, that my bubble thing is completely submerged in the water. All right. Now the fun part. I love this, if you can't tell, by the way. So I'm just going to very carefully raise this up and see what I get. Oh my gosh, do you see it? Do you see the bubble inside? Do you see the squares? Now the top is obviously popped and the bottom has popped because of my hands, all right? So I'm going to submerge it back again. I'm actually going to try and stand up to see if this will work just a little bit. So excuse me here while I do this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. Submerge it really gently. I'm going to grab it more on the corners this time. See if my fingers can get out of it. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see the inside? Do you see the lines? How cool it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Do you see the little plane on the inside? If you look up top of it, it's really cool. It's like the top of the balloon has fallen in and it's this tiny little square. I wish that you guys could. Oh, I just popped it. Okay, so then I do it again. Stick it in my bubble solution, get it all submerged nice and good, and then I pull it up. And it popped again, but that's okay. That's part of it. So again, guys, it's a beautiful day here in Virginia Beach. Get your kiddos outside during this quarantine time. Just have fun with them. If something doesn't work, ask questions. Why? Why do you think it didn't work? What could we do differently? If they start to get frustrated, especially in making their bubble maker, moms, dad, grandparents, just walk away for a little bit. Like I said, I could get frustrated with this because, oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Look. Sorry, I get so easily distracted. I can get frustrated making this thing too, because sometimes it doesn't twist. The ends don't twist right. I always try and cut a little bit of extra length on the ends to be the twisting, and then I'll cut it and trim it up before I actually put it into my bubble solution. But again, guys, this is just so much fun and creativity. So how do I take this simple activity? Because you'll see the same thing done other places on the internet, and they'll call this a science experiment. It's not. I haven't changed anything yet. I didn't even know if I could make a square bubble out of pipe cleaners and straws. So I had to first find an answer to that question. So I had to do some, what I like to call descriptive research. I had to describe, can I actually build a square bubble maker with pipe cleaners and straws? Yes, I can, is what I learned. So then my next question becomes my experimental question, because I can make a change. Well, what could I change about this object that might make an impact on whether or not I can make bubbles? I can change the shape that I make. So instead of a square, can I make a triangle? Bubble maker. Can I make a hexagon? Bubble maker. What about a pentagon? Again, I'm changing the shape. And so that's my independent variable. Dependent variable is, am I going to be able to actually make the bubble? And I'm going to observe, yes, it made a bubble, or no, it didn't make a bubble. So you'll see a lot of things online that are called experiments, and it drives me nuts because they're not yet experiments, especially if your kids don't really know what's going to happen. So I would encourage you first to just start with getting your kiddos to answer simple questions like, can we make a bubble maker out of these materials? Can I do this? What happens if I do this? And then go from there to make your experiments. So happy sciencing, guys. I hope you're doing well in this quarantine time. Stay safe, wash your hands, do all the things that we need to be doing. This is going to be over with hopefully soon. And we will get through this. And hopefully these little videos are helping you. I don't even know if anyone's watching this, but if you are, thank you for spending your 10 minutes with me. All right, guys. Dr. Jenny Sue Flanagan, Just Simple Science. Again, if you were interested, check out my website at justsimplescience.com. I've got a bunch of kits called Smidgen of Science, because sometimes you just need a little science to make your day better. And I'll be happy to send those out to you, and your kids can be doing science and doing some of these activities by next week. It'll give you the materials and the directions. All right, guys, stay safe. Thanks for joining me this morning.